Ooh, it's showtime.
Yay! We're live.
Hello, everyone. It's so excited to have everyone here. Hi, Macy.
Hey, I'm so excited. Where are we? Are we in Super Loved and we're in your money world? We're in a couple different
Yeah,
places.
we're in multiple places. So we're on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. And we are today, anyone who joins, we are doing our very first ever The Love and Money Breakthrough Show. So, do you want me to go first or do you want to go?
Sure, whatever. Let's talk. I'm
Okay.
curious to know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I am so psyched about this because, first of all, I love Macy. She's amazing. And we have really incredible deep dives. We're dear friends. We've helped each other. She's helped me with love. I've helped her with money. We've collaborated. We've sent people to each other. We like really have a kindred spirit connection, I think. And so when we get together, magic happens. And we wanted to bring that to you because we enjoy talking about all things love and money and the overlaps between those. And, from my perspective, this is just going to be a very organic chat that we do every week to bring you value in the world of love and money. So,
Yep.
yeah. What do you think?
Oh, I just already
prep.
feel it. I already feel the expansion. I mean, one of the things I like to really play with in my own work is just being really present with what's happening. And that's what's really cool about this. It's like as soon as you started talking about it, and I was aware that, we're in a lot of different places, I'm just aware of the potential that's available when we're willing to have these conversations and just how it expands our space of receiving. And I really feel that with you. And, just even the sense of the giddiness and the anticipation and the wow, like, what if things could be different in my love life? What if things could be way beyond my imagination with money? And that's really, I think even just talking about that and being in the energy of this can change people.
Totally 100% agree. Something you just said, it makes me think about shame and embarrassment
Yeah.
talking about these things. Like love and money can be very scary things for people to talk about. And you and I are really transparent about our histories and how we got where we are. And it's fun to have these conversations and see who is attracted our way and wants to join in. And so, yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that because I'm writing a post right now. I haven't shared it yet, but it's really this post about the kind of world I want to live in.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for me, with money, growing up, our family had money, and I felt like I really got whatever I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a couple times when I felt like people were making fun of me and calling me rich kid, and how that shut me down. How that shut me down into a place where I didn't want to ever like talk about money and be seen that way. So I think the same with love. I mean, I hear women come to me and say, "Oh yeah, I mean they're sharing one-on-one and it's a safe space to share." But in the bigger world, they're like, "Okay, well it's not okay to want or invest or to put energy into learning about love."
Yeah.
Because, shouldn't I already know that? Shouldn't I already know that?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and what a detriment, because of course we think we should know it. We watch our parents, the people around us, make money and do love in very interesting ways. And so I think there's a lot of shame and embarrassment around asking for help. And I see this all the time with people where first they haven't even stopped to think about what it is that's blocking them in love and money, and then they are afraid to ask for help because it's kind of embarrassing. It brings up that feeling of like, I should know what I'm doing, and if I don't, something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
But for me, my biggest breakthroughs came, it's interesting because my money story is so different than yours. Like I grew up in a working class family. My dad was a high school dropout, My mom actually, I came to understand later, had a very powerful house cleaning business, but we lived in this really expensive area where it was like she was cleaning my friends' houses. And for me at the time, I didn't see that as like her being a powerful entrepreneur. And now I do. And it's interesting because I had a lot of shame around the way that I was raised and my money story. And then I became a first gen college student, and it completely transformed my world. Yet I had this stacking of money blocks, and I also, had a lot of challenges in the love world. So I entered into my business because I at first wanted to be a relationship coach. So it's funny that we have all these overlaps in different ways. And when you said in your childhood, it made me think of the term wealth shame. Like, people think when I talk about money blocks, they think like, oh, that's just poor people. People don't have a lot of money in the bank. And it's like, no, everybody has these issues. Even if you've had a long-term successful relationship, you're going to have love issues that come up that you need tools to work through it with. Same thing with money. It's just a lifelong process, and we're not born knowing how to do it.
Yeah, it's so true. And the matches we're seeing right now in that are that these things happen early in life. Early in life. I mean, the things that impact our relationship sometimes are from infanthood. This is not just that last bad relationship. It's not just, oh wow, I need to learn how to invest in stocks. This is about very early beliefs around receiving, valuing, and connecting in those ways.
Yeah, you're making me think, like, what is the secret here? And to me,
I know the secret.
The secret of this conversation is that you can learn the skills of being good at money and love.
Yeah.
And so don't give up, and know that it's possible to actually get everything you want, because you and I have experienced that and help people do it. And so I see it, like I was on food stamps, when I started my business, and I go, oh, okay, there's massive shifts that can happen very quickly when you start to implement certain strategies and learn. But it takes that first step of going like, wait, I need help.
Yeah.
I need support. I need to learn new skills. I need to transform myself. I need to work on what's within. And then we go, okay, now there's people out there who can help. And that's, what you and I love to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that moment of, wow, okay, there could be something different. It's like the awareness of, oh, I'd like to change this. When I got into my 40s and I had my sort of moment of choice where I said, and of course there's a million moments, right? But there was a moment that really sticks with me, that it's like the new year when I looked at my life and I thought, okay, I'm in my 40s. I've always wanted to share my life with someone, and it's not here. It took a different level of kind of asking and landing into bringing it from sort of this back burner, hoping and kind of wishing something would change, to, wow, what choices can I make here that will change this? And it, definitely, it's no secret with us that being able to get the support I've gotten from you, the support that we've given each other in transforming our lives, that it's all relationship, relationship with money, relationship with our body, relationship with our past, relationship with the universe, all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. It always strikes me how simple it actually is to get what you want, but how we make it very, very, very hard. And to me, the key is to always work on your inner self. Like you're saying, it's that relationship with you primarily first, and then that everything unfolds from there. And yeah, it's wild how hard we can make it sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, what is that? What is it that, what would you say? I'm curious to know, like, what would you say, like sensory wise, words, descriptions, is happening within you when you've actually had like a breakthrough? Like, what is that, the environment within? Are there words you can put to that?
Such a great question. For me, it shows up usually in a very emotive way where it's getting clarity and bringing to consciousness what's been blocking me, wherever it is. It could be like I've had huge breakthroughs when I worked with you in sessions where it was like, oh my God, I don't have to feel this way anymore because I realize what's been stopping me. And having that in love world, same exact way that it goes in money world, where you go, oh wow, I've been buying into some really limiting stories that aren't true my whole life, and then I've been recreating those over time. And so when I have a breakthrough, it usually, for me, it shows up as crying. Like I'll have a lot of heart energy and I will cry, and then I'm like, oh my God, aha, and then I'm liberated in this huge way. And then it takes time, of course. Like I think people expect results sometimes too quickly, where you can have an epiphany and you can have bring you to your conscious awareness things that are shifting, and then you have this aha and you go, oh my God, I can be different from here on out. And then it takes time to recreate new patterns and habits, and your outer world catches up to that.
I am glad you say that, because I think that that's so key here. For people that I work with and for myself, I mean, it's been years on a lot of these topics, and I'm not making that a problem or anything, but there are plenty of things, money, love, relationship, and all the categories where I've had the ahas and the knowingness, and then it's really putting in place the discipline, the resources, the support, the coaching, like all of these things, so that it becomes the habit, it becomes the way of life. And in yogic teachings, we talk about it takes 120 days of doing something every day for it to be in your consciousness. I mean, people say, oh, 21 days for a new habit, like all of these things with new habits. But let's talk about, like, how do you get it from an idea, an awareness, to a change, to a new habit, to an actual you, part of you.
Yeah. I had I think it was in a workshop yesterday, I believe, that someone, I can't remember, one of my clients or someone in a workshop said to me, how do you know when you've actually changed? And I thought it was such a great question. And it's really alluding to what you're talking about, where to me, it's this identity transformation where over time you start to implement the new habits and actions and behaviors. And then all of a sudden you look back and you go, I've really changed. Like I've actually, you don't respond the same anymore. First, you don't react, and then you actually learn to respond, and you've retrained your brain in the direction of the pathway of least resistance being totally different for you. And it takes that consciousness practice. I love thinking about, what's the number one secret to having amazing love and a lot of money, or whatever amount of money you want. Wealth, I like to think about money as genuine wealth and freedom. I think love is a very similar thing in terms of energy, right? It's an energetic exchange between you and other people. Money is exchanged between people. And so I always think, like, what is the number one secret? I'm curious what you would say about that. What would you say is the number one secret to having a successful love and money life?
I think I would, the immediate thing is, how much fun can we have? It is a choice for happiness in a lot of the world. And when you are talking to anyone, talking to anyone about dating or money, how many times is it the immediate horror story, the drama, the problem, the lack? And that's something that is hard to not get seduced by. And it's like, okay, well, if I'm not seduced by that and I'm creating my life, how much fun can I have? And I notice that every day I'm getting happier and happier in my own life. And that is creating so much magic.
Yeah. I think
not easy.
How much fun can you have?
Well, I mean, what you were saying earlier about, the discipline and really, being able to look back and say, oh yeah, it is different now. I mean, that's something that you have to choose to do. You have to choose to go, okay, am I different today? Like, what can I acknowledge? It has changed, and it's a conscious choice to do that. So many times I've talked to people. I actually had a conversation with someone I don't know very well the other day, and it was so fascinating to me because, she was sharing some things about her experience and where she gets stuck. And yet within the conversation, she was willing to acknowledge that that wasn't 100% true and that there were these places of success. And then we came back into a bigger circle of people, and she told the old story. Like, she didn't acknowledge that all of a sudden she had just made a change, but she wasn't going to acknowledge it. Guess what? You go back to zero.
Yeah. God, that's so true. I mean, what you're making me think of is to ask is thinking, the question for me is, what are you focusing on?
Yeah.
Like, are you focusing on your past self, who you can never recreate? You can't go back in time. You can only be present and move forward to get what you want. So what are you focusing on? And are you continuously recreating the story of your past,
yes.
Feeling of disempowerment by retelling the story over and over again?
That's what I was doing a lot. Yeah. I will say I absolutely, for the first years of my business, a lot of the thing that I was saying over and over was, okay, I must be doing it wrong. Everyone else knows, but I don't know. Like, who do I need to get to tell me what to do?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. So yours is, what are you focusing on? What you focus on grows. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. For me, I was thinking about, I love that you brought in fun to it, because something you taught me in a big way is like matching the frequency of fun. When I, attracted Abe my way, it was like, how can a relationship be fun? Because I really always thought relationships took hard work. And people have this same money block where they go, oh, money takes hard work. And so for me, I would say the biggest secret I've learned is to work on yourself. And it's like we're talking about, when you're saying we started to work on what was happening for us in our stories of our history holding us back. And really what it is when you work on yourself, you start to recreate the story of yourself. And you start to be able to actually step into a more empowered version of yourself. And then you start to see the world in a different way, and you start to track for different outcomes and different results, because you're like, I don't expect the same things I used to expect, because I've recreated my story that I'm a more empowered person who wants more and can have fun and be playful and make easy money and have easy, fun flowing love and those kind of things. And for me, that's such a new mindset in the last, since I started my business and really started working on those parts of myself. It's been so incredible to have fun, making money, and doing love.
I love that.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that's really, it is that's a freedom in itself, to know that, you're never stuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like, there's plenty of, I used to really believe in being stuck, and now it's not really even an idea that I'm interested in. It's like, okay, well, what actually wants to happen here? Like, if I'm kind of running into a wall or something, like, well, what actually wants to happen that's I'm being guided to, that I'm not noticing or paying attention to, or just kind of on the edge?
Such a good question. What wants to happen here?
Yeah.
What wants to happen? I mean, powerful people ask powerful questions, and you always, in my mind, bring up very good questions for people to consider. It's like, oh, okay, how could I actually liberate myself from my past reality? And I always, I like to always ask, what else is possible?
Yeah.
Like, what's possible if I let go of my old story? What's possible if I stop living out the pattern of the past? What's possible if I daydreamed about more fun and easy flow and joy? What's, like, those questions are just so provocative.
I know. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, that's so cool. What is possible moving from here? So I know you have some things happening for people to have their money breakthroughs. We're always going to be here for you guys, sharing our latest offerings of what can help you break through.
Yeah.
Certainly these shows every week, but also other opportunities for more. What's happening for you? The Money Blocks profile.
Yes, Money Blocks profile. So that is where entrepreneurs, coaches can learn their top money blocks. So in working with a whole bunch of entrepreneurs around the world, I've discovered that there are 3 really common themes for entrepreneurs in their money blocks. And so when they take that profile, they get an 8-page report, and it helps them learn strategies to break through their top money block that's occurring at the moment. And, because it's never going to go away completely. Like we've talked about, it's a lifelong journey of self-improvement and building a powerful relationship with yourself, your money, and other people. So yes, Money Blocks profile is a great way to tap into my world. What about you? I want to know what's at getsuperloved.com.
Well, I do have a quiz now that you talk about the Money Blocks profile. One of my favorite resources that I've created more recently is the Love Vibe quiz, and it's lovevibequiz.com. I didn't put it on there. I could do that after, but the lovevibequiz.com is also on my YourSuperLovedLife.com. And it's on my main website too. It's everywhere. Anyway, the reason why I'm sharing that is because taking that quiz is going to give you the awareness of where you are on the journey. A lot of people don't know the mindset things. A lot of people don't know exactly what dating strategies pieces to consider. A lot of people aren't aware of the inner pieces that can hold us back. So just taking the quiz will get you into those questions, those powerful questions of, what is required in order to receive the greatest possible love story in your life. And certainly you take it and then you get results. And part of what I'm doing in the near future is a 5-day Get Super Love dating camp, which is free. That's going to start July 12th. And that, is a really fun community to really, jiggle up the beliefs and the stories and get past, the funk and start really living with the anticipation of what is possible and love.
I love this. I got to share because first, so if they go to your website, all of those resources are there.
Yeah.
And what's your main website?
I put YourSuperLovedLife.com is one where people can get all of it. But go to the website, go to work with me, and there's all the, next up items.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, for me, something I'm really excited about, and I'm starting it on Monday, and I'm going to start growing a powerful Facebook group. I have never had a Facebook group before, and I keep getting requests for it. And so I'm creating the Moneymaker Lab.
Oh, awesome.
So excited about it. And I'm going to give a ton of tips and tools to help people transform their money life. And then I've been yesterday I had my first Money Blocks Breakthroughs workshop, which was incredible.
Oh, good.
For people that attended, and it was just so fun. And then if people want free tips on an ongoing basis, I have Max Potential Money. So if they go to maxpotentialmoney.com, I've got a YouTube channel and also a podcast.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love your podcast. Your podcast is phenomenal. People, you know what? Talk about a bingeable podcast. So many great. I love the episodes where you give tips, you give so much information, and it just changes when you get an idea or a way of being or a new understanding of money. Then it's like you're different.
Thank you, and I sing your praises all the time because I have the best relationship I've ever had in my life, and you were a huge part of that. So everyone definitely go to Macy's 5-day camp. It will blow your minds.
Yay. And I can't wait to hear what people who are watching want to know from us too. So
yeah,
if you're watching, definitely post in the comments so we can start collecting. Amanda and I have 1 million things we want to talk about on this. This is sort of our debut experience, and we'll be keeping a list. We want to hear from you. We want to include you and be a part of your journey.
Yes, and we will bring your answers to the table. You know, I was thinking it'd be fun to have, you know, we'll have different topics on love and money because they intersect so well. And then when, you know, every once in a while, once our community grows, we can do live Q&A and have people come and ask questions, and they can ask us anything they want about love or money. I think
Ooh, I want to do that. Yeah.
I'm so looking forward to what we create together.
I'm so excited. It's so fun.
Yeah.
You know it's right when it's got this flow and ease. So I want all of you to know is when you're starting to shed some of the limitations, like magic like this just happens. I mean, we didn't, there was nothing we had to like labor over to make this.
No, in fact, we were just catching up, and then we said, ooh, we have a fun idea. Let's do this show. And this was just last week. And we said, let's do it. Let's start next week. And it's just been fun and flowing the whole time. And I'm sure it will continue that way.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So, thanks everyone who's been here watching.
Thank you, everyone. We will be back next week with more secrets and tools. Have a good week. All right.